Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
Sorry.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Cognitive Recalibration Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Shravan. We got Taran here with us.
Hey, everyone.
And we're taking
Can you cut that out, or is that going to be in
Well, your cough during the introduction. Yeah. No, everything stays in. So for those who don't know,
There's another cough. Sorry.
Those who don't know, a peek behind the curtain of the production of this podcast. We don't edit anything. We just release.
So is it actually going to be in there?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just making sure.
The listeners
because I did on purpose. I wanted the cough to be there.
So you interrupted my Fast and Furious pun. So we're going to take it 1 mile at a time.
Oh, yeah. Because they're American and they don't know what kilometers are.
Yes. So Fast and Furious 9, F9. We're going to talk about whether it was refreshing.
I definitely did say the F word more than 9 times in this movie, though.
You said it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know the good or bad.
Why were you saying it?
Just made me say it, man.
Yeah, you didn't get the refreshing joke, did you? You know how
refreshing.
I explained the whole thing with Excel, how F9 refreshes the spreadsheet.
Oh, yeah. Nah, I forgot all that immediately. So, yeah.
Well, that was a very niche joke. I think.
Yeah. I think everyone.
The fact that I have to explain it means that no one got it. Okay. Yeah, Fast and Furious 9. We just watched it. What a film.
What a ride.
Yeah.
One last ride.
Yeah, they always say one last ride, but there's always
always another ride. Yeah.
It's never the last ride. Bit of background on this movie. So it's directed by Justin Lin.
The 8th one and the 7th one?
No, I think he's done
at least one more.
No, he's done quite a few. I think his last one was 6.
Which one did James Wan do?
He did 7.
He did 7.
Yeah, James Wan did 7. So he did Tokyo Drift, and then he did Fast and Furious, the really confusing
the 4th one.
The 4th one,
yeah,
with the same title as the first one. Fast 5, he did.
Oh, he did 5. Okay.
Yeah. Fast 6, and then he took a break, and now he's back with Fast 9.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't do 7. 7 was James Wan, and 8 was someone else.
Some random. It's J.A. Bayona.
No,
pretty sure it's J.A. Bayona.
It's a guy who directed Men in Black International.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the guy who directed Jurassic World. The second Jurassic one. Jurassic, the reboot, the second one.
Fallen Kingdom.
That one, yeah.
Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. No, I don't think it is.
It's that guy, yeah.
It's not.
It's that guy. Yeah.
Fate of the Furious. So it's directed by...
J.A. Bayona. Or something along those lines.
Fate of the Furious, directed by F. Gary Gray.
Shit. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah. J.A. Bayona did something, though. Did you do Hobbs and Shaw? Or maybe he just did Jurassic World, the second one. The one where the dinosaurs get out.
Hobbs and Shaw is directed by David Leitch.
Oh, yeah, that's the Deadpool guy. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I just think this J.A. Bayona guy did stuff he did too.
So Justin Lin, he's a very experienced director when it comes to Fast and Furious movies.
And Mission Impossible 2. He definitely did Mission Impossible 2.
No, that's someone else as well.
Far out.
You're mixing this. This is a nut.
Who's Mission Impossible 2? It's not Ang Lee. If you're going to say Ang Lee, it's not. It's Justin Lin, I'm pretty sure.
This is what this episode's going to be. We're just going to look at all different movies and figure out who directed them.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible 2 is directed by John Woo.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to John Chu, who directed Crazy Rich Asians.
Okay. What else did he direct?
John Chu?
Yeah.
He directed
and then let's go through John Woo as well after that.
John Chu directed the latest musical release, In the Heights.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which I heard is pretty good.
I thought that was Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Nah, he's just the music. Like, it's based off his Broadway.
So what did Lin-Manuel Miranda direct?
I don't know if he's directed any movies, actually. He might have.
This could be a very long episode.
He did the music for Moana as well. Lin-Manuel. And he was in Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
The new Mary Poppins, not the old one.
Yeah.
Don't think he was born.
And who directed that one? No, let's not go there.
Okay, let's move away from directors and let's talk about actors. So Obviously, this movie's got all the crew coming back, almost all of them.
Yeah, not all of them.
Yeah, almost all of them.
Because some of them don't like each other.
Anymore, yeah.
Yeah.
So Vin Diesel's...
Real life. And then in the world as well.
So Vin Diesel's obviously, he's the main character now.
Dominic Toretto.
Michelle Rodriguez is back, and then Tyrese, Ludacris. John Cena's a new addition.
Jonathan Cena. Yep.
Yes, so he's a new addition in this movie. He is, if anyone's watched the trailers, you know what his character is. I would suggest to not watch the trailers for this one if you can. And there's a whole bunch of other characters that come back. So some of them were in the last one, some of them weren't in like his who's his sister?
Mia.
Yes. Mia.
Jordana Brewster.
Jordana Brewster. Yes,
Yep.
she's back too. And we could talk about, in spoilers, we'll talk about the other characters that return. And I think it's pretty well known that The Rock and Jason Statham aren't in this one. It's because they were doing Hobbs and Shaw. Budget-wise, I'm not even going to ask you. It's 200 million plus, so it's a big movie, big budget movie. All the previous Fast and Furious movies were about that much. This franchise has evolved. It's probably the franchise that has evolved the most.
How does it got here?
Yeah.
Like how? We'll get through it. We'll go through it. But yeah, geez, I've got lots of questions. I don't expect you to have answers for them. I just got to ask the question.
I don't think even Vin Diesel has the answers for your questions.
Yeah, I just got to ask the question. Like, I just need to put it out there. I don't need anyone to answer them. And I don't think it needs an answer, but I think it needs a question.
Yeah, the questions exist, but the answers
don't exist, and they don't need to exist.
Yeah, they don't need to. Yeah. It's also one of the longest running franchises. So it started in 2001, I think.
Yeah.
And 20 years. So there's not many that
it's
have run.
older than some kids. Yeah, this franchise can drink in Australia, nearly in America. One more year, next year you can start drinking.
You can drink Corona.
Yeah,
and drive as well. Not both at the same time, but you know.
Oh no, if it
not
wants
one
to,
after the other.
if it wants to be dangerous, wants to be fast and furious, fast and dangerous.
Box office wise, it's done 270 million so far, so that's pretty good. Again, most of it's actually not released yet in America, so it's releasing next week in the US. This is all from international. Most of it is from China. This will have a sequel. It just will,
Two sequels.
Yeah, I
They've
think
confirmed 10 and 11.
Yeah, because they're going to do a two-parter.
But have you heard it's a Avengers Infinity War Endgame situation?
Yes.
That's what they described it as.
Yes.
Yeah. Infinity War Endgame situation.
Well, isn't it just tempting to do like one more? Like they've done 9. And they're like, let's just do 10.
Let's
just make it a round number. Yeah.
And then after they do 11, they'll be like, let's do 12.
Yeah, because it's prime number. Let's do, an even number.
Yep.
Yeah. And then once
at the end of 12, they'll be like, oh, but we need to finish off the storyline. Let's do 13.
Yeah. But then 13 is an unlucky number. So let's go one more.
Let's go to 14. And then Dominic Toretto's son's 18 now. Like, let's do 15 with him.
Yeah. And then you start all over again. So we'll just keep going forever. So our thoughts on the movie. I can start with my positives.
I don't have any thoughts. I just have questions that I need to ask you. Yeah.
I find it really hard to critique these movies because they're not made to be logically explained. Like, once you start any level of logic, once you start thinking about it logically, the whole thing falls apart. So you can't think about it like that. I enjoyed the action. The action is like the other movies, completely ludicrous, if I can say that.
Oi, the actor.
Yes, it's completely ludicrous.
Oh my God. You're a genius.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff. It doesn't make sense at all, but if you go with it, you have fun. It just doesn't make sense. That's all I can say. Like, positives-wise, you just switch your brain off and have fun. Kind of going to the negatives. I think the action, there were parts of it that were probably equal to the other movies, but there were parts of it that were not as good. So I think the climax for this one was probably not as good as
I kind of liked the idea in the climax.
Yeah, it was all right.
Ridiculous, but I liked it. Yeah.
But it wasn't like the submarine one in the last one.
I thought it was better than the submarine one.
Okay.
I liked this better than the submarine.
Yeah.
Submarine was just a submarine, You go to South Wharf, you can see that.
Is there submarines?
I don't know, maybe. Yeah.
You have to jump in the water and find out.
Yeah.
Most of the characters are back, but...
Did you feel like this was missing something? It was missing... I felt like it was missing The Rock.
Yeah.
You need The
something.
Rock or you need Paul
Or
Paul
you-
Walker,
Paul
which
Walker,
you
yeah.
obviously can't have. But I felt like it was missing another big character.
Yeah, you probably need The Rock or even Jason Statham.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it needed someone else because a lot rides on Vin Diesel in this movie. And sorry for the Vin Diesel fans out there, but Vin Diesel's just not that good. He's just not that good at anything. Sorry. Yeah. Other than drinking Coronas and wearing wife beaters. I wouldn't say he's super charismatic.
He's not.
No.
And in this one, he's even less so. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't. His story's a bit serious in this one, and I think that's kind of hamstrung.
Do you know what Vin Diesel's good at doing? He's good at holding a steering wheel with one hand and staring at the road. He's really good at doing that. And like everyone's driving around him and they're all scared, and then he just like does a little smirk. That's what he's good at. It's lacking a bit of charisma in this.
And the other thing I noticed, it's not really a negative or a positive, it's just a fact of life, is that everyone looks older, like
Yeah.
a lot older in this one, especially like Vin Diesel looks a lot older. And it becomes quite comical because there's this flashback sequence where
That kid looked nothing like Vin Diesel as well.
there's this flashback. I thought it was just going to be one
Yeah.
flashback, but it's throughout the whole movie.
And they did the voiceover with Vin Diesel's voice on that kid. Did you realize that?
No, I didn't.
Because it's Vin Diesel's voice and it's coming out of that kid, and it took me completely out of it.
Yeah, so, okay, there's this flashback sequences, and there's this guy who's meant to be young Vin Diesel, but he looks nothing like
The
him.
John Cena one looked kind of like John Cena.
Not bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
John Cena one was not bad.
The Vin Diesel one was horrible. No good. Yeah. Shame on you, casting director.
So that was another thing. But yeah, you just have to go with these movies. So I still enjoyed it. What were your questions? We can get
Okay,
to
I got some questions. Okay, well, the first one. Do you think anyone takes these movies seriously? Do you think anyone watches them?
Anyone who there are people that take it seriously.
Yeah, because while watching this movie, I was scanning the audience a little bit to like see what everyone's reactions were. Couldn't see a lot of people because it was only 50% filled.
Yeah.
But I was looking at the guy next to me a lot, and every time something ridiculous happened, I was turning to him, waiting for him to laugh. He never laughed. I don't know if he just didn't find it funny, or if he was just really into it, or if he was taking it seriously. I don't know. So do you think people take this seriously?
I think people that haven't watched it, maybe they haven't watched it, but I don't know why they would. This is like opening.
Do they watch it and they're like, oh no, I hope Dom doesn't die? Does anyone think that? It's like, oh no, Dom fell into the water. I hope he can swim.
There's probably people out there that take it seriously. I think you can't enjoy it if you take it seriously, though.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can.
I hope Dom catches that person with his car because that's going to save them.
Yeah, because if you once you start taking it seriously, it's the stuff you're saying, like, you know, characters, the stakes for characters and stuff, that all falls apart. And then obviously the logic in the action sequences completely falls apart. Like it makes no sense. In this one, even more so. Like even I, who completely, I know what I was going in for. Like I knew it wasn't going to make sense. Even I was questioning it. I was like, this is probably
It's too far. Yeah.
It's probably a bit too much.
This is the most Fast and Furious movie that's ever been made. Like Fast and Furious.
I think
This is
7.
the most fast. Nah, this is more Fast and Furious than 7 was. This is
Probably, yeah,
It's all
yeah,
family, crazy car shit. This is the most. Yeah, there's never been a more Fast and Furious movie made than this one. And this is, if 7 was like at an 8 on the crazy scale, this is at 2001 on this crazy scale. Like they definitely dialed it up. In the first 30 minutes, you know straight away, it's absolutely insane.
Yeah, the thing is, the first 30 minutes was crazy, but then it does slow down after that.
And then it gets even more crazier at the end.
It does.
Yeah.
One part of it does. I think that the part I was talking about, in the climax, you split into like different teams, I guess. One team is insane, like completely unrealistic, like no way that's going to happen. That's one team. The other team, obviously they're all unrealistic, but the other team is just more like Fast 5. It's more like Fast 5 level, which is okay, but
Fast 5 was somewhat realistic. This franchise started off in Fast and Furious 1, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called.
Fast and Furious.
Whatever it
Oh,
is.
I think it's called
The Fast and Furious?
One of them's called the Fast and Furious. Fourth is called
Whatever the first one was. The one that came out in 2001. They steal DVD players out of a truck. And in this one, they're doing some fucked up shit. They're doing some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Leads me to my next question. I have a couple questions. Let's go back to this one, which I was going to ask you. You can actually answer this. Is this movie more stupid and crazy than the superhero movies that we love? Is this more stupid than that? Let's just say a 50-year-old person that's never watched any superhero movies or any Fast and Furious movies watches this movie and then watches Endgame. Yeah. Would they think they're equally as crazy, or would they think that this is crazier than that? Or which one would they think is more unbelievable? Or are they both just equally unbelievable? What I'm trying to get at is, are we stupid for thinking superhero movies are good? Like, maybe this is superhero. For people that don't watch superhero movies, maybe this is superhero movies.
Okay, so if you get someone that's completely never watched the movie or never watched a superhero movie or a Fast and Furious movie, and they watch Endgame and this, probably they wouldn't. I think they wouldn't understand Endgame. They would probably have no idea what's happening in Endgame. I think this they would understand, but I think they're equally illogical.
Equally illogical. Yeah. So what I'm getting at is,
so I think they'd actually enjoy this more.
Yep.
Like in a sense, because they could probably follow the plot in this more than Endgame.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at is, I think we're stupid for thinking superhero movies are good. Maybe this is superhero movies. This is superhero movies for people that don't like superhero movies.
Probably, but the key difference for me between this and a superhero movie is, firstly, I think superhero movies, they at least explain stuff. Like they try to give you a sense of
stuff in this.
They try to give you a sense of believability somehow. This, even when they explain it, it makes no sense. Like it's like, but so you just got to go with it. But and I think superhero movies, there's a bit more of a undercurrent of, like, there's the good ones anyway. There's like character development, and there's like a
they all, the family gets together with this. A family, man. Family
changes in this.
Character development is
Jesus
family.
Been the same character for all the movies. Has he changed at all in all the movies?
His family keeps getting bigger, so there's more family. Family's there,
Yeah, but no, I think for people that don't watch either of those movies, they're both equally logical, and we're probably stupid.
This movie opened my eyes that this is probably what people think when I say I like superhero. When people say they like Fast and Furious movies, I'm like, oh shit, you're stupid. I guess when I tell people I like superhero movies, they're like, oh gosh, you're stupid, because this is superhero movies. So,
but if they like Fast and Furious movies, they can't say that.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to say that. Because that's a contradiction. But if they like, I don't know, if they only watch Christopher Nolan movies, then maybe you could say that. This is the opposite of Tenet.
Yeah.
This is the opposite of, like, Tenet, you got to study, you got to watch 10 times.
It's bad that I like this more than Tenet. I think this is a better movie than Tenet. I would rather watch this than watch Tenet.
I have to agree. I'd watch this over Tenet. Don't hate us. You can, send us an email, send us a tweet.
Well, I've just been through it. We're stupid. We like superhero movies.
We're stupid.
Yeah, we've been through it. We've come to a realization. We're stupid.
Well, you can watch this with no effort. That's the thing. It's like I feel fresh. Like it's a 2.5 hour movie. And I'm like, fine.
So many action scenes. It just goes.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem. I'm full of energy.
Yeah.
Watch Tenet.
Oh, no. Yeah. You're in bed for a week.
Yeah. Like,
it's worse than COVID.
My brain hurts. I don't want to do this anymore.
Okay. Yeah. So that was my second question. And then I more have like statements now. So like Tyrese Gibson just became like a one-line machine.
He's always that.
When I started watching this movie, I'm like, maybe he's going to say something like important at some point. No, he never does.
But that's not unique to this movie. He does that in all the movies.
In Fast and Furious, the second one, Too Fast, Too Furious, he's actually a different character.
Yeah. Well, he's just he's completely comic relief.
Yeah. Well, every single line, I thought one line would be serious or something, but no. Every single line.
Actually, he has one semi-serious line.
Yeah, but even the semi-serious lines are undercut with like comedy.
And Ludacris's
role is making fun of Tyrese.
That's right. So he's like the making fun of the comic relief character.
Yeah. Yep. So he's also comic relief, but he's like, Tyrese is like a lower tier comic relief, and then Ludacris is a bit higher tier.
But really, they're all
pretty low tier. And Natalie Emmanuel is just a reaction character. She just reacts to Ludacris.
Yep. So she's like those YouTubers that watch other movies and react.
No, she's a YouTuber that watches reaction videos and reacts to the reaction videos.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Ludacris is the reaction video. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tyrese's original video.
So within this movie, there's like a little social media bubble happening.
That's just something I kind of realized as I was watching this. The other thing I kind of realized when I was watching this, it's like everyone in this movie knows martial arts when they learn how to do martial arts. Like every single person. Even bloody Ludacris, Tyrese, they're martial arting everywhere. These guys are street racists.
Except Natalie Emanuel, she's meant to be.
No, she can't martial arts because she's the girl, so she doesn't mind. But Letty martial arts.
I think she's the nerd.
She's a nerd. Nerds don't martial art.
But Ludacris is meant to be a nerd too. But he's like.
But Ludacris is a higher tier nerd. He's like he's a god tier nerd.
Yeah.
She's just like the boring nerd. It's like
she's like an actual nerd, like a real life nerd.
She's really smart. She can't martial art. She
knows how to code though.
Yeah. But that's all she does. Yeah, everyone martial arts in this. Even Dom's sister's martial arting.
Is this the first time she's done action?
I don't know. And frankly, I don't care.
Because she's not in
most ones of the movies, after 7. 5? After 7, she's not in them.
But even in those ones, she's not in the action.
Yeah, she's in 5 full movie.
But 6 and 7, I think she's
backseat.
And then 8, I don't think she was in.
She's not in 8. No. Yeah. So I'm just wondering. These guys started stealing DVD players. So when did they learn how to do martial arts?
No idea.
Yep. Yeah. And I also
when did they become invincible?
Yeah. I have another point that is kind of spoilery, but I think I can just say it. Or should we wait till spoilers? Let's wait till spoilers. Let's go to spoilers now.
We'll go to spoilers. So I'm giving it it's obviously a cognitive, it's a movie made to be cognitive regression. Yeah. But you still enjoy it. So it's still a cognitive recalibration.
Yeah, still loved it. Yeah. Look, this is like the Mortal Kombat level of enjoyment. I think I didn't have a bad time. I had a good time.
I was probably on board with it more than... Yeah, it's definitely not a good movie.
No.
But we knew that. It was never going to be a good movie. I think I was on board with it more than Mortal Kombat in a way because Mortal Kombat had parts that were
serious.
Semi-serious.
Yeah.
Whereas this is just completely ridiculous or ludicrous, as I like to call it.
Genius.
So overall, do you think the Fast Saga still has some fuel left?
Yeah, they're still going, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, I guess they got Vin Diesel.
Look, I watch it.
You just completely...
No, I'm ignoring that because it's terrible. Yeah. And you should cut it out of the edit because no one wants to hear that. But Vincent Diesel, he's still there. So they'll keep doing them. I guess we'll keep watching
keep doing them till he's like 80. How old is he now? Like 50?
Look, to be honest, it could be worse. It could be Transformers, Transformers is like bad level stupid. This is stupid, but at least you enjoy the stupid. So I'm okay with them doing them.
You go with it. And there's enough enjoyment in them. Yeah. Transformers movies, I think, the problem with those movies is they also take themselves very seriously, but it's to the extent where it's meant to be like a serious movie. This is meant to be a ridiculous movie.
Yeah.
That's meant to be a serious movie.
Which is why I wonder, do people take this seriously? Because if you do take it seriously, then like, it's not a good movie. Why are you taking it seriously?
If you do take it seriously, do you actually...
Do you like it?
Do you like them?
Yeah. Because I feel like you wouldn't like it if you take it seriously. But anyway, I think it's a good movie. No, I think it's a bad movie, but I liked it.
So a cognitive recalibration. Yeah. It's a cognitive recalibration disguised as it was a born a regression. Yeah. It was born a regression, but it's
to be honest, if you're watching this movie, you know what you're watching. Yeah. There's been enough of these now that you know what you're watching. Yeah. But just expect it to be more crazy than the previous ones.
It's better than Hobbs and Shaw.
I think they're all on par.
I think you need at least 80% of the characters. I reckon if you only have 2 characters like Hobbs and Shaw, it still doesn't work. You need if you have everyone, then that's 100%.
They did a rock in this. That would have been great.
But I think it's still better than Hobbs and Shaw because it had most of the team.
I can agree with that. Yeah. It was just lacking one other big gun. Because then you split the team in 2, you have 2 big guns on each team. They tried to elevate like Tyrese and Ludacris to the big guns, but...
Nah, they're not. And Vin Diesel was a bit weaker in this one as well. So he wasn't at full strength. So
John Cena was all right.
Yeah, John Cena was good.
They didn't really use his comedic talents, though.
Is he funny?
He is funny, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's a funny guy.
I just can't believe that they're brothers, that's all. That's one unbelievable aspect. And they kind of address it.
They address it a little bit, I guess. Yeah.
And
Oh,
Charlize Theron is in this as well.
Yeah.
So she's back.
She's back. I kind of forget where she's at, but she's in it.
She was the bad guy in number 8, I guess. Yeah. The bad guys keep changing, and the bad guys eventually become good guys all the time.
Yeah, everyone becomes good at the end anyway.
Yeah.
And they all come and they'll
have a barbecue.
They have a barbecue.
Yeah.
And then they drink Coronas and they say grace.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess we can jump into spoilers. It's a Fast and Furious movie. I don't know if we're really even spoiling, but okay, if you care about spoilers, go watch it, come back to this point in the episode and listen to our spoilers.
My spoiler thing that I was going to talk about before is about the overarching storyline of this, how John Cena is essentially the bad guy and they're trying to steal this. They're always trying to steal a MacGuffin. There's always a MacGuffin. They're trying to steal it. It's every movie. They're trying to steal something.
What was the one in the last one?
Some God key, or what is it? God's eye? Was that the last one?
Is that? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, one of them has a God's eye. I don't know. Yeah. They're stealing something. They're always stealing something. So someone's stealing it, and then they're stealing it as well.
And in Hobbs and Shaw, wasn't it like some virus or something?
Yeah. They're always stealing stuff.
Yeah.
They're stealing stuff. DVD plays in the first one. This one's like a thing that destroys the world. Yeah, it's comparable.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So John Cena's trying to get out of his brother's shadow because apparently his brother's the golden boy, and that's why he hates him. And
jealousy.
And then Vincent Diesel thinks that his brother killed his dad, which he kind of did, but also he didn't.
He kind of does. So the movie starts with this flashback where you start with a Toretto helmet. So it's obviously someone related to Vin Diesel or Vin Diesel himself. And that's when you find out that this actor, young Vin Diesel, is this actor. And that immediately takes you out of the movie. But
it's like the flashback scene of when the dad dies, which is whatever. I don't really care about that. But anyway, it goes. John Cena's his brother, and he like messed with the car because his dad asked him to.
Because they were in debt or something, and
he was like throwing the race.
Had to throw the race to.
He's an IndyCar driver, or something along those lines. NASCAR, one of those things. Yeah. My question is, how is Vin Diesel the golden boy? He goes to jail and he's a street car driver, and John Cena's a secret agent. How can he be jealous of him? And then also everyone's like, oh, Vin Diesel's so good. Vin Diesel's like the best. What's he the best at? What's he the best at? He can drive in a straight line really fast. He's good at pressing a button at the right time so that he beats people.
He's good at timing the NOS.
He's good at timing. I'm glad they brought the NOS back. The NOS wasn't in previous movies. They use the NOS a lot in this. They're loving a bit of NOS. They even got the part where he like untwists the NOS. Yes. Old school NOS. Yeah.
Yeah. But they didn't show the you know how they show the engine and all that stuff?
No, they did show that. Yeah. But he does unscrew the NOS, which I liked. But anyway, my question is Vin Diesel, there's even one part in this movie where they go to this place and they're like, Dominic Toretto sent us. And a bloke goes, who's Dominic Toretto? And I'm like, yeah, this guy's a fucking nobody. Why the fuck do you care? This guy is a street racer who is poor.
Yeah.
So my big question is, who the fuck cares?
Okay, so maybe he was the golden boy before he went to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he might have been the golden boy pre-jail.
Yeah.
Pre-becoming a criminal. I don't think he is the golden boy afterwards.
Even at some certain points, it's like, how do you think Kurt Russell found out about you? It's because I've been working for him for years. That's how he got to you. Why the fuck does he want to get to you? You can drive in a straight line really fast and you can press a button.
It's a very valuable skill.
Yeah.
It's a very valuable skill set.
You can press a button sometimes and you go faster than the other guy. Why is a Secret Service agent like headhunting this guy?
Is it because what did they do in Fast 5? Did they steal a safe or something?
Still safe. They're still safe. Yeah. The whole premise of Vin Diesel being this great, like,
or maybe it's his team. But even his team's not like his team's amazing.
No. So that's just another question. I don't need an answer for it. I'm just, what the fuck is the question?
Agreed. I think he's just a guy. He's just a normal guy. But I think the reason John Cena might be jealous is because he has a family, I guess.
Oh,
Vin Diesel has a family and he doesn't.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because Vin Diesel tells him to go away and he ends up leading this lonely life as a spy. So maybe that's what.
But my question isn't just about John Cena. It's about everyone in this movie thinking that Vin Diesel's like
amazing,
the best person ever. Like Helen Mirren's in it at one point, and she's like, "You're my favorite American." It's like, how the fuck do you even know that you've met this guy like once? This is maybe your second meeting, and the first time he put you in jail. How is he your favorite American?
How many Americans does she know?
Yeah,
must be a very small sample size.
I just don't understand.
Has she met The Rock? Because he's mates with her son now.
I can't even remember.
Yeah.
I don't
is she in that movie? Is she in Hobbs?
I think she is. Yeah,
she's
in jail.
Don't they break her out of jail?
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
one? I don't think she met The Rock though.
No,
in that one. Yeah, she's going to change her favorite American soon. I was just going to say, everyone has a family. Like, obviously, everyone has a family, but everyone has
their own little family in the family. Yeah.
Within the family, and they're all either a criminal or a spy or some sort of weapon.
And look, if you stop it at Fast 3 and then you come back to this point, you're like, why is everyone a spy? Aren't they just street racers? When did everyone turn into a secret spy?
Well, if you go through the families now, so Dominic Toretto's family was obviously his sister. Now he's got a brother, and then Michelle Rodriguez, and then
they got a son.
And they got a son. Is there anyone else we missed?
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker's his brother-in-law, and they've got kids. That's sort of their family. And then obviously Hobbs has a family, as we find out in Hobbs and Shaw. Shaw has a family, so he's got a sister and a brother, and Helen Mirren. And then Han
has this chick. Yeah, this girl.
This like adopted daughter, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess the three nerds are a family of some sort.
I guess so.
Yeah. They're always together. So
Tyrus isn't a nerd. He's just a guy.
2 nerds and the idiot.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess they're a family. That should be it. That's the next one they're going to make. 2 nerds and an idiot.
Prosecutors presents 2 nerds and an idiot.
That's what it's going to be called.
Yeah, and I don't know when Ludacris became a nerd.
Yeah, that's another thing. When this guy organized street races in Fast and Furious 2. How is he like this tech expert now? He's like, oh, you just got to believe in physics and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
None of this movie is physics. If you've ever studied physics, none of it is this.
And there's this whole subplot, which is it's just there for comedy. But Tyrus is like, oh, we're
invincible. It turns kind of meta. It turns meta, doesn't it? Because it's like, oh, we've been through all this crazy shit.
And we're still alive. We don't even have a scratch on us to show for it.
It's kind of meta. It's like what everyone's thinking. It's like these guys have been through like the fucking wars and none of them die. But it's also played for laughs, like he's the idiot. But no, you guys are the idiot. He's actually legitimate. Yeah. You guys need to get tested at a medical facility because you all might be superhuman. It's possible in this world because Idris Elba is superhuman.
Yeah.
You guys might be superhuman.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. And there's a part where he's like, he brings this up and then Ludacris is like, yeah, when you defy the uncertainties repeatedly, then it becomes more certain or something. Like it's more probable. That one line it actually made more sense than what he ends up saying is like, you're just an idiot.
Yeah. Ludacris is the idiot. Yeah. So the twist on two nerds and an idiot is Ludacris is the idiot and Tyrese is the nerd. You find that out at the end.
Well, it's more like a nerd, an idiot, and just a bystander.
A nerd, an idiot, and a reaction.
Yeah, just a reactor.
Yeah, reactor. Yeah,
she's just there to.
She doesn't know how to drive. Yeah,
she also doesn't know how to drive.
She gets good at it pretty quick. Yeah, she doesn't know how to drive, and then next minute she's driving. She's in a truck. The guy's in a sports car. No problem. She's keeping up with him. There seems to be an infinite amount of gears in all these cars. They're always shifting up. They never have to shift down. They're always shifting up. I don't know how big this gearbox is, but they keep going. It
like
just keeps going.
Years.
Every time they need more speed, just shift up.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's like a postage van. It's got the gears. No problem. There's this magnet technology. So they use the power.
I actually like this.
Well, I didn't. Well, I liked it to an extent.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense, a lot of it, but it's not meant to. They use the power of magnetism in this movie. That's one of their powers. So there's these like super magnets that they have in their car. Basically, they can attract.
It either attracts the metal or pushes away the metal. So but it's also very selective in what it attracts and what it pushes away.
So there's this part where they're driving through the streets of Edinburgh or something, and then they switch on the magnet, And sometimes the magnet attracts it towards their car because the magnet is in their car. That makes sense.
But sometimes
when
it
they
attracts
switch
it
on-
behind their car.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
attracts to the car behind
It's because
them.
of lag. It's lag.
That's not how it works.
They're lagging. Yeah. It's lag, man.
That's not how it works. And realistically,
They're going too fast. It's the magnet. The metal thinks the magnet's behind them, but it's not. Yeah.
I shouldn't even use the word realistically in this review, but realistically, if you actually had a magnet that powerful, the whole city will fall apart.
Yeah, it would be killing people. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I agree. But I kind of liked it. I liked it at the end when they're using it to like destroy cars and stuff. Thought it was interesting. It's very selective though. It's like sometimes it brings in the car, sometimes it brings in like a washing machine from a shop.
Sometimes it brings in a plate.
Yeah, it's
spoon,
yeah, it just
fork,
depends. Yeah. But I enjoyed that to a certain extent. I thought it was like a Fast Five-ish kind of ending, I thought was okay.
You know that safe braking scene in Fast 5? They actually did that for real. It's not CGI.
You mean when the safe's driving through the city?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, like, it went from a relatively, like, you could realistically think that these people that used to steal DVDs could plan a heist. And I realistically think that that team could have done that heist. The shit that they do in this, let's talk about the most ridiculous shit they do in this. They go to space.
Yeah.
In a
two of
car.
them do. Ludicrous and
Ludicrous, yes.
So really, I thought they would. I thought they would eventually go to space because that's like they've been to most of the world. So the next frontier is space.
Oh, and the guy from Tokyo Drift comes back and he builds them the car that goes to space, essentially.
Yes.
The annoying guy with the weird accent in Tokyo Drift, which
That guy.
I can't understand. Yeah.
In Tokyo Drift, is he meant to be like a?
He's a mechanic, yeah.
A mechanic
He also-
doesn't mean you
yeah.
can make a space shuttle.
He's also really good at driving in a straight line really fast and pressing a button at the right time.
So Tokyo Drift, is it him and Han that
He moves from America to Tokyo. I can't remember the full movie. It's been a while since I've seen it, but Han's the Drift King. He's like the best driver. And this guy's really good at driving in a straight line and pressing a button.
is he better than Vin Diesel?
No one's better than Vin Diesel at driving in a straight line and pressing a button at the right
So
time.
he's the best.
He's
And
the
then-
best,
And then
yeah.
this guy? What about Paul Walker? Where does he?
He's probably second best, I reckon, Paul Walker, driving in a straight line, pressing a button.
And then this guy?
Yeah, I think this guy's third best. But he's not really in it that much. But they basically make a space shuttle. And also, everyone has infinite amount of resources in this movie. Money's not a matter. And like getting from place to place, I don't know how they do it, but they do it. There's multiple locations around the world in this movie and they travel.
They just travel.
They're just
yeah.
there. Yep.
Private jets.
Yeah.
No problem. The jets can somehow fit all their cars as well. So in the first sequence of the first action sequence of the film, Dom somehow has his car. Like he brings his car from wherever they lived, like his farmhouse to somewhere in South America. No issues.
But yeah, they go to space, which is like I could believe Fast Five. I could believe this is just stupid.
Well, I thought they would. I thought they would eventually go to space, but I thought that would be like a F10, F11 situation. I
Maybe they
didn't
go
think
back.
they would do it now. Maybe they all go.
Yeah,
maybe
maybe
they
they all
Mars.
go next
Maybe they go
time.
to another planet. They only went to the outer atmosphere of Earth.
They have to steal something from Mars next time.
Yes.
But someone else is trying to steal it as well.
Yes.
And surprise, it's Dom's dad. He's back from the dead. He never died in the car crash. He's now Martian Manhunter.
I wouldn't be surprised of anything now.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
And also, the other part, which was very stupid in this, is they go looking for Han has a clue or something. They go looking for the clue that Han left before he died. And then they find out that Han's actually alive. And it's like a huge reveal when it happens. It's like, oh my God, Han's alive. And I'm like, oh wait, but it was in the trailer.
That's why if you don't watch the trailer,
He's on the poster outside.
if you don't watch the trailer, then that won't be spoiled for you. Yeah, they play it up like it's like a huge
reveal.
but-
And then, I turned to you, I'm like, it's in the trailer.
Yeah, the way they
If
find
it
him,
wasn't in the trailer, it would have been actually pretty huge.
it would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
If
they kept that secret, that would have been good.
that would have been massive. And the way they find him as well, because they're like,
Oh, they
They
just
somehow
what a bloody Mexican flag, and they're like, oh, this must be him.
yeah, it's like the one Mexican flag in Tokyo, so it's got to be him.
It's got to be him. Yeah, he talked about Mexico that one time when
Yeah,
I was
he said-
talking with him. He was like, "Oh,
So
Mexico."
Tokyo is Mexico. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
how?
It's got to be him.
There's this one Mexican flag, and they just happen to be having ramen in the shop in front of the Mexican flag. And they look up and they're like, yeah, it's
him. It's him. Yeah.
It's him. They found him.
But there's a lot of very convenient things that happen in this movie.
Yeah, but every time they meet someone, there's always an army of people that come and attack them.
Oh, yeah. Who were those guys? Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah.
They attack them, and they all know Kung Fu, so it's okay.
Yeah, Michelle Rodriguez has quite a few action sequences in this as well. Same with his sister.
This movie has quite a few action sequences. I don't think we can talk about everything crazy that happens in this movie because it's too much. But the other one I want to talk about is the very first part where Dom uses a string to go across a crevice.
Yes.
He uses a piece of string to catapult his car across a ravine.
And somehow still survives.
How does it happen? Who cares? He does it. It happened.
Yeah, well, that whole sequence is pretty crazy because firstly, it's like a footbridge. It's not made for cars
to
go across.
No.
So Ludacris and Tyrese,
they destroy the bridge while they're going over it, which I'm like, oh, this is ridiculous. They can't go more ridiculous than this. And then John Cena drives his plane off a cliff, and then he drives his car off a cliff, and then a plane catches him, and then it flies off.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's even more ridiculous. I can't beat that. That's probably as ridiculous as it gets. And then Dominic Toretto drives into a piece of string that gets caught around his wheel, and then catapults him across the ravine. And then the car flips, and they get out, and they're like, oh, that was fun.
Well, they flip, and they're completely. The airbags don't even come out.
No. Yeah, they're like, oh, that was cool. Yeah.
Oh, his car probably doesn't have it. His car's like an old car, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Airbags.
Yeah.
It doesn't
they
look
don't
like
need
the safest
airbags.
car.
Yeah.
But somehow they survive.
And the car still works. They're like, oh, yeah, let's go now. Let's go. We're
good.
kicking. Yeah. And the amount of people that get caught on cars instead of falling to the ground in this movie is insane. Like, that is better than just hitting the ground. Like, getting caught on a car is like going to save you.
It's like landing on a mattress.
Yeah, it's so soft, hey? Yeah. There's about 4 or 5 people that get caught on cars in this movie, and it's ridiculous every time. It's like, how is this saving you?
He does it with Michelle Rodriguez. He does it with John Cena at one stage. He does it with
John Cena and Dominic Toretto get caught on a car at one stage.
Yes.
They fall off a thing and get caught on a car. People just be getting caught on cars in this movie.
There is a part in number 6, I think.
Yeah. That's the first time it ever happened, and everyone was like, oh, that's stupid. And they're like, what if we do it 8 times in this movie? Like, okay.
If you do it enough times, it does become stupid.
It's normal now. Yeah.
I would say like 7 did have some crazy stuff though, because 7 had
submarine. Was that
no? That was 8, I think. 7 had the one how there's like a city of cars that are linked to some smart network or something.
Yep.
And then like all the cars
around
chase
the corner. Yeah, I remember that.
And then 7 also had the part where he drives through 2 buildings.
Oh yeah, he drives off the Burj Khalifa or something into the next building. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Yeah.
And then they also have the part where they drive cars out of a plane.
Look, if I want to rank the movies based on how ridiculous they are, though, I think this goes first. I think the 8th one goes second. I think the 7th one goes third. So they're steadily getting more ridiculous.
6, and then probably 6 and then 5.
Yeah. So if you like ridiculous, it's heading in the right direction.
Yes. In terms of what might come up next, what happens in this one? What was it? We didn't even talk about story, but yeah, I mean, doesn't
who
really
cares?
matter.
No one cares. Yeah. I forgot it already.
But surprise, surprise, John Cena is not actually a bad guy.
John Cena's good. He's a nice guy.
Now they're all family.
They're all family.
I knew this was gonna. Obviously, if he's his brother, and this whole franchise, this whole saga is about family, he's not gonna kill his own brother. Obviously,
everyone knew that his brother would turn good.
Eventually, turn good.
Yeah, at the start of the movie, you watch it, you know he's going to turn good. But I still enjoyed the part when he turns good. Like I knew it was coming, but I still kind of enjoyed it. It's like. It's the classic scene. It's like, Dom, we can't get to you. And Dom's left by himself. He's like, shit, what am I going to do? And then John Cena on the radio. I don't know how he's on the radio. Like, how did he get on it? I don't know. Maybe he hacked the frequency while he was driving. He's like, I can get to you. And then he swerves around the corner at that exact moment in front of them. I enjoyed it. Made no sense. Still enjoyed it.
It's another thing I noticed. They seem to be able to communicate, but there's no earpieces.
Everyone's got something in their ear, though.
I think so, but he wouldn't. John Cena wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know how he got it. Yeah. Does it matter? No. I guess when your movie's this ridiculous, it doesn't matter if you have plot holes.
As long as it's entertaining. As long as you're having a good time.
If your movie's serious and you have plot holes, then you're like, why you got plot holes in this? But if it's this and there's a plot hole, you're like, this guy's catching people on cars. You can't be worrying about earpieces.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the last of your worries, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at the end, John Cena is obviously good, and they tell him to, because he's now a criminal, right? So they're like, oh, everyone's going to come look for you. So he drives away, hides somewhere. I thought the movie was going to cut there. They didn't, obviously, because you can't end a Fast and Furious movie without having a barbecue.
Yep. So barbecue, Coronas, Grace.
That's right.
The big three.
And everyone's
trifecta,
there. Everyone turns up. So even the guy from Tokyo Drift is there.
Tokyo Drift guy's there. He's got two friends. They're both there. There's a guy in the fifth one that no one really cares about. He's in there.
Oh, is he that Spanish guy?
He's Spanish guy. Yeah. He's there for some reason. Yeah. But his mate's not there because he's got a restaurant. Yeah.
In 5, doesn't Dominic Toretto have another brother that dies? Is that his brother? There's another guy in number 5 that dies?
That's not his brother. No. That guy's in this movie. In the flashback. He's just a friend. He's not his brother. You're talking about the guy that dies in Brazil at the start.
Yeah.
No, it's not his brother. But he's family. So technically he's his brother.
So yeah, it ends with that. But there is a post-credit scene. It's with Hobbs. Hobbs is punching...
Guy in a punching bag.
Yeah,
There's a guy in the punching bag and he's punching the punching bag. Yeah. And the punching bag's holding its shape quite well for just a bag with a guy in it.
Yeah. Somehow he's very flexible, obviously. He's like,
yeah, he's in a good... Yeah. Evidently the guy in the bag's a gymnast.
Yeah, and he's punching him. And there's some USB key or something involved.
Yeah. He stole it. But someone else was trying to steal it at the same time. So
is this post Hobbs and Shaw?
I don't know. I've forgotten that movie.
And Han turns up.
Yeah. Opens the door and they're both shocked. They look at each other. It's love immediately. They're on first sight.
Well, Hobbs is meant to have killed, not Hobbs, Shaw. Shaw is meant to have killed
Han. Yeah. But he's a good guy now. He doesn't kill people. He just punches guys in punching bags.
So he turns up, and does that mean that Shaw is
the next movie's going to be two lovebirds and Hobbs. Two lovebirds and Hobbs.
Yeah, so does that mean at least Jason Statham will be in the next one?
I don't know. I don't know if The Rock's going to be in it because they're still beefing, I think. Vincent Diesel.
I think that he has to come back, though.
It would be a better movie if maybe he'll come back up in the 11th one, maybe not the 10th one.
I think he'll have to come back. And then in Hobbs and Shaw, Ryan Reynolds is in it, isn't he?
He is, yeah. But that might be a Hobbs and Shaw sequel thing that they do. There's also that villain they tease in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yes.
The one that you never see. My prediction for the next one is they're all...
Charlize Theron's still around.
She's still around. So my prediction is they're all retired and they're living the good life. But
Which is the start of every movie.
And then something gets stolen, but there's 3 parts to the thing that's stolen. So they got to steal the other part. But the second part gets stolen from them as well. The climax, they steal the third part. The thing, if you put it together, it destroys the world, blows everyone's heads up. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah.
Do you think they need like a really big bad?
Yeah, they probably do. Yeah.
Everyone just like... Charlize Theron's not like a big bad.
Yeah.
I think she's like a medium. She's like a Ronin.
Yep.
The accuser.
I think in the next one it will be like this guy's been a part of it all. He's been the king. He was the guy they stole the DVD players off in the first movie. Yeah. That was him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in the background all along.
Yeah, and they CGI him into the background of every scene in Fast and Furious. He's just in there looking. Yeah.
And who could do that? You need someone.
Well, there was rumors it could be Keanu Reeves. So yeah,
he could do it. Could definitely do it. You need someone that's big.
I think it'll be a big bad for the next one, and then maybe he wins the next one. Maybe he kills someone, but maybe they come back alive.
Yeah,
maybe they time travel.
No one ever dies. Do you think Gal Gadot is actually dead?
Yeah, probably because she costs too much to get back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, she's actually in this one for a little, like flashback.
But it's reused footage. Yeah.
Was that in another movie?
Yeah, I think it's in the 6th one, the one where she dies. Yeah, they'll bring someone back though.
What happened to Scott Eastwood?
Scott Eastwood, yeah, he died of lack of charisma.
Yeah, because he was in number 8, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And what happened to Kurt Russell?
He died
of
being super boring. He dies at the start of this one.
No,
John Cena kills him. Oh, well, not specifically kills him, but
you don't see it.
You don't see him die, but it's presumed
I'm pretty sure
he's
not
dead.
I'm pretty sure he's not dead. He's going to be back. And when they have the picnic, they're like, "Oh, there's still one seat missing." And we initially thought it was John Cena, but it's not. It's
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker.
Car rolls up. Yeah,
turns up in his car. Anything else?
I think that's all. That's all I had. Yeah,
I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but yeah, we could obviously.
Oh, there's lots more that happens in this movie, but we've talked about the most ridiculous parts, I think.
So, if you're one of those people that takes Fast and Furious seriously, we'd like to know. There's people out there that do that.
I guess, yeah. But saying that now I've come to a realization that if you take Fast and Furious seriously, you're no different to me that takes a Marvel movie seriously. So I respect you for that.
I'm just trying to think if they're the same thing.
It is. It's exactly the same.
I'm biased.
It's exactly the same thing.
But you take them seriously and enjoy them. I feel like if you take these seriously, you can't enjoy them.
We don't know that because we don't take it seriously. So we gotta ask someone that does. Yeah.
Well, the people that initially got into these movies were like car buffs,
car nerds. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're not about those. They're not about cars anymore. There's not even nice cars in this movie.
They got the NOS though. It's all about American muscle. You know.
At least in some of the other movies, they had nice cars. But in this one, it's not.
They have cars. They've got like Lamborghinis and shit. They've got
this one.
Yeah. Helen Mirren drives it.
Oh, yeah. There's that part where she drives
a Ferrari or something. Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
And she's in more of it in one scene. It's just a cameo.
Yeah. Vincent Diesel's driving his American muscle the whole movie. Yeah.
I was expecting I don't know, different cars.
It's all about American muscle, man. if you take care of this car, it's immortal.
Yeah, they actually say that.
They say that in this movie. Yeah.
Like family.
Yeah, just like family.
Basically, cars.
The cars are family.
Yeah.
The real essence of it is you don't need the cars anymore because cars are family, and the family is all that this movie is. So family is the car. You don't need cars anymore. Families are your car now.
So if you want to tell us about your thoughts on any of the Fast and Furious movies, how do people contact us?
So we're on all platforms at Cognitive Recalibration, or you can email us at cognitiverecalibrationpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes, and if you want to support the podcast, you can do so via Buy Me a Coffee, which is where you can give us a one-off donation, which we'll use to further develop the podcast. We've got some plans in terms of doing spin-off podcasts or eventually doing a video version of it. I'm not sure if you guys want to see us. Maybe it's not a good idea.
I don't think they do. You know, there's not many people that do want to see us.
There's not many people that even want to hear us. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got that in the pipeline. And the easiest way you can support us is actually just giving us a review on iTunes or Spotify or Stitcher, whichever one you listen to us on, or whatever podcast platform you listen to us on. I think Spotify, you've just got to listen to us. There's no review. There's no mechanism to give us reviews, actually. So if you just listen to even if you haven't watched the movie, just let it play in the background. Like, you don't have to listen to it. Just play the whole episode.
Yep.
Just play the whole episode so we get the download.
Yeah. I enjoy talking about Fast and Furious. So.
Yeah, it is what
something.
it is. So next week we've got the Pixar film Luca, which is already out on Disney+. We'll watch it sometime this week and we'll talk about that. I heard it's underwhelming.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what we have coming up next week. And then I think it's Black Widow the week after.
It might be.
2 weeks after. All right. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you didn't mind some of my Fast and Furious puns. It's still got plenty of Vin Diesel left in it. Enough to take at least one more mile.
Yep. You can leave that in if you want.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Hope you're staying safe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Hi, this is Benjamin from the UK true crime podcast They Walk Among Us. Brought to you by AMC Networks, Shudder is a premium streaming experience that provides a multi-sensory dive into fantastical worlds, offering the very best of old and new horror. Discover films and series that covers the entire horror spectrum, including highly anticipated new releases like The Boy Behind the Door and Psycho Gorman, to giants of the horror genre like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Halloween. What's more, you can watch one of my all-time favorite films, Mandy. A spiraling, surreal, bloody journey of revenge with visuals that are simply mind-blowing. Exceptional originals, movies, TV series, and live events, there's always something new and unexpected for Shudder members to experience. Sign up at shudder.com.